Right now, could changes be coming to how amendments are written on ballots? The new bill that could make your voting experience a little easier in the future.
It's dry outside right now here in the patio, but daily rain chances are on the way. I'll let you know what days will be the rainiest and how much rain you can expect.
And Madison and Dane County seeing a record in tourism spending last year. How much was spent in the area and the impacts the industry is having on the workforce. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Well, good evening. Thanks for watching. Sarah is off tonight. A new bill in Wisconsin could make your experience at the ballot box easier in the future. News 3 Now's Jalen Banks joins us with how Assembly Bill 207 aims to make what you're voting on easier to understand.
Assembly Bill 207 is a proposal that will make referendums and state amendments easier to understand when you're voting. The most notable change would require plain language to be used when explaining a current law, what a proposed state amendment or referendum means, and what it would mean if you voted yes or no.
The reason the language looks like it was written by attorneys is because it was, so that it could be inserted into the state constitution as an amendment, clarification to our constitutional language. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is most of us are not attorneys.
And the League of Women Voters says these are areas many voters struggle with.
If you ask the average voter what is some sufficient, I don't know if they know. Is that then? And if they're voting for something that would be some sufficient, that means you are not voting for a set number. You're voting for enough money to be delivered to a problem or a situation to cover it.
The bill also looks to make the jobs of election workers easier.
Another thing I'd point out, we had folks from counties say, we're thrilled to have this because election workers cannot answer a question about anything on a ballot.
If passed, the bill would require for the date of the referendum on the ballot as well. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you for the full bill proposal. You can find it on our website, channel3000.com. The man charged with intentionally setting an apartment building on fire will have a competency hearing. A court ordered a competency evaluation for Vince Hildestad. He's charged with arson for allegedly setting apartments on Blossom Lane on fire last month. That fire left 5 people out of their homes and caused about $100,000 in damage. Days later, Hildestad was reported missing. Madison police ultimately found him and arrested him. Hildestad's competency hearing will be on July 9th. A Janesville man will face sentencing for sexually assaulting a child nearly 2 decades ago. A judge found 35-year-old Kyle Dean guilty of 1 count of child sexual assault and not guilty on 2 other charges. Police arrested Dean in 2023 for the assaults that happened back in 2007. Dean's sentencing scheduled for August 28th. If you or someone you know is dealing with sexual violence, you can always call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at the number on your screen. It is confidential, free, and available 24/7. A 2-year-old girl is suffering from life-threatening injuries after a crash in Rock County. That crash happened between U.S. Highway 14 and South Van Allen Road on Sunday. The sheriff's office says a Cadillac did not slow down, rear-ending a GMC, causing it to spin into a nearby intersection and hit a Jeep. Emergency crews flew the girl to the hospital. She was the only one in that crash with major injuries. Well, take a look at this. An SUV crashes in a Milwaukee home and lands vertically against it. That incident happened Saturday. The homeowner says the crash woke up his family in shock. No one inside the house was hurt. Milwaukee police have yet to release any information about this crash. Well, now to an update on a Milwaukee story gaining national attention. This morning, a Chicago judge determined an undocumented man falsely accused of threatening the president can be released on bond. ICE arrested Ramon Morales Reyes last month after receiving letters with his name threatening to kill President Trump. Authorities later learned another man, Demetric Scott, wrote the letters. Scott is awaiting trial for allegedly attacking Morales Reyes back in 2023. He confessed he wrote the letter to get Morales Reyes deported before he could testify. Morales Reyes remains in jail on a $7,500 bond. He could be released this week if the federal government doesn't appeal. Meanwhile, Scott will have his preliminary hearing on the 23rd. We're warming things up for the next couple of days. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington with your certified most accurate forecast. Alex?
Eric, tomorrow we're going to go for a high in temperature at 85 degrees. The humidity is going to increase a little bit as well. We could see that as we take a look at our 10-day temperature forecast. There's that 85 kind of sticking out. And then we see temperatures just below normal in the 70s for a few days. That's going to be coinciding and linked up with good rain chances before our temperatures climb again as we go out into next week. And I think next week will be a bit on the muggy side. Good chances for rain starting Wednesday night, lasting all the way through Friday night, ending as we go into Saturday morning. In Maine weather, we're going to use Future Track together to take us through these shower and thunderstorm chances and which days and times will be the best to possibly dodge a couple showers and a couple storms, and also hopefully we can dodge the severe weather threat tomorrow night. It's low. Gusty winds and some hail is a possibility with some of those thunderstorms as that warm air tries to move up into southern Wisconsin. And also coming up in Maine weather, the latest on our drought monitor, and if our rain chances that are forthcoming are going to help impact areas that really need it.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, you may not think of Madison as a tourist destination, but for millions of visitors last year, it was. They spent a record $1.5 billion in Madison and Dane County. Armand Rahman spoke to members of the hospitality industry about what it means for businesses and also the workforce.
Roughly 9.2 million people visited Madison last year to walk places like the Old Brick Gardens, breaking a new record for tourism spending.
We had so many people visiting from all over the country.
The Edgewater Hotel is just one of the businesses that felt the extra $13 million visitors spent in lodging. COO Amy Supple says more people were staying longer and doing more.
We're really seeing the leisure tourism, especially in Madison, grow. Madison's become a real destination for people to come in for the weekend. There's a lot of leisure travel, meaning people are coming in for business and then staying an extra couple of days.
Now looking forward, Supple says she wants to expand some of the Edgewater's activities out on the lake, like frozen assets.
We saw about 6,000 people this year come through, which was, pre-pandemic levels.
Retail saw a $10 million jump in sales last year. Ken Monteleone, the owner of Fromagination Cheese Shop on the Square, says they saw about a 5% spike in cheddar.
Small business, I think, are the livelihood of our city. A lot of people that live in Madison go to great lengths to support small business. And I think when tourists visit Madison, they're looking to seek out those experiences.
All in all, those 9 million people spent about $1.5 billion in Madison and Dane County. Destination Madison President and CEO Ellie Chin says that's mostly due to big conventions and events.
We have Ironman every year, which is great.
Sports.
Badgers were strong. They hosted Alabama.
And the show Top Chef featuring the farmers market. Chin says that was a big driver in food and beverage sales, which grew by $15 million.
I just don't know if people understood what we offered here and all the different cuisines and the creativity of our restaurant owners and our chefs, but they do now.
Chin says the more people that come to the capital for events, the more neighboring cities will benefit too.
Madison's definitely a gateway for the county.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thanks. More visitors, about 5 million, also flocked to the Dells, sliding in with an economic impact of some $2 billion. Well, the County Highway M improvement project is complete. The years-long project expanded the roadway's capacity, made for more room for pedestrians and bicycles, upgraded the intersections, enhanced storm water controls, and improved safety. Now, this is along the stretch of M between Middleton and Westport.
Highway M is more than just a stretch of road. It's a vital corridor connecting jobs, schools, healthcare, and recreation, linking the cities of Middleton and Waunakee, the town of Westport, neighborhoods throughout this rapidly developing region here in the state of Wisconsin, right here in Dane County.
The county says this is one of the most significant infrastructure upgrades in recent years. Voting is live for Madison Magazine's Best of Madison. This year, there are 5 sections, 150 categories of people, places, and things to choose from. You can cast a vote in each category. The winners will be revealed in the magazine's October issue. You can find a full list of those categories at channel3000.com, and voting runs through June 30th. Coming up next, the deadline for TikTok to find a buyer in the U.S. creeps closer. Will the Trump administration give it yet another extension? Plus, Senator Tammy Baldwin talking with several families impacted by the lead crisis at several Milwaukee public schools. Her criticism of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s handling of the situation. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Senator Tammy Baldwin is meeting with families affected by the ongoing lead crisis in Milwaukee public schools. Parents shared their frustration, saying they feel abandoned by the federal government during this critical time. Back in April, the Trump administration shut down a key branch of experts, people who would have been on the ground helping in situations just like this. And Senator Baldwin didn't hold back.
And the fact that RFK Jr. has repeatedly either lied and said that there was a team from CDC here, or doesn't know that there wasn't. Either way, it's not acceptable, and we've got to hold the Trump administration accountable. And they could make the situation better today by rehiring these experts.
So far, lead has been found in 6 Milwaukee public schools, forcing nearly 2,000 students out of their classrooms. The community is still waiting for answers. Some popular weight equipment is under a recall. The exercise brand Bowflex has recalled 3.7 million adjustable dumbbells after more than 100 reports of injuries. The Consumer Product Safety Commission said recalled items include the Model 552 dumbbells, which adjust from 5 to 52 pounds, and the Model 1090, which adjusts from 10 to 90 pounds. Users have reported the weighted plates becoming dislodged and falling on people. The impacts have caused concussions, abrasions, even broken toes and contusions. The dumbbells were sold in stores as well as online on Amazon and the Bowflex website. Consumers are urged to immediately stop using these dumbbells and seek a replacement or a refund. Well, the clock is ticking once again for TikTok to remain online in the U.S. The popular social network has 9 days left to find a buyer. Congress last year passed a bill forcing TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell the platform due to national security concerns. President Trump already extended the deadline twice and is reportedly considering a third reprieve. Billionaire businessman Frank McCourt and his partners are among several investment groups bidding to acquire the app. McCourt told CBS Mornings he thinks there's a 50-50 chance of taking over TikTok's U.S. operations.
We don't know ultimately what the Trump administration is going to decide, but we do believe that they will abide by the law. The law requires the disentanglement from the Chinese algorithm. We can do that. We don't know what China is going to do either.
TikTok went dark in the U.S. on the day of President Trump's inauguration for about 12 hours after the initial deadline for a deal came and went. Critics warn user data is at risk as long as ByteDance retains ownership of TikTok, but ByteDance insists it does not share data with the Chinese government. Still ahead, Olbrich Gardens prepares to bring back a popular summertime event. Plus, get ready for more ads before your next summer blockbuster, why AMC Theaters says it's making the change. And we could see some rain by the end of the work week. Alex with the latest radar after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
We do have some breaking news into the newsroom. The Sun Prairie Police Department is currently looking for a 4-year-old blonde boy, they say, with no shoes, a green shirt, and red shorts. The child was seen running without an adult in the area of Grove Street and Hawthorne Drive. Again, this is Sun Prairie. Information that came in from a third party and is being shared out of an abundance of caution. If this is your child, you should please contact Sun Prairie Police 608-837-7336, or if you have any more information. AMC customers will have extra time to go to the lobby for their popcorn, candy, and drinks. Starting next month, the theater chain says it'll show more ads prior to the start of a film. AMC just made a deal with National Cinemedia, which will allow the ad company to show a commercial just before the feature presentation. Officials at AMC say the addition of ads is an attempt to bring in more money without having to boost ticket sales. Costs, I should say. Movie experts say theater goers can expect an average of 20 to 30 minutes worth of promos before the movie starts. A summer staple is returning to Madison later this month. Olbrich After Hours returns to the Botanical Gardens on Tuesday, starting June 24th through August 12th. You can experience a free concert alongside your stroll through the Botanical Gardens. It runs from 6 to 9 p.m. There will be a new band performing every week. Tickets are free, but you do have to make a reservation in advance. Food and snacks will also be available. The series kicks off with Chicago's Waco Brothers. You can see the rest of the lineup and more information at olbrich.org. Calmer conditions for now before the next chance of rain. Alex now with a complete look at the forecast.
And plenty of that rain in the forecast, too. Tonight, clear and mild is part of the 3 things you need to know. Then we trade that in for a few strong chances tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Wednesday through Saturday morning, rain chances pretty much every single day. But there are probably not very many complaints in parts of southern Wisconsin as we're still dealing with abnormally dry to drought conditions. And I've got widespread chances of rain Wednesday night, Thursday night, going into Friday, even Friday night. with the rain shower activity then starting to dwindle as we go towards Saturday. Let's track this all together here. Some scattered thunderstorms developing really across the center part of the WISC viewing area. Boscobel, Mineral Point, Lone Rock, Madison over to Watertown. About a 10 o'clock newscast tomorrow night. One or two of those storms could have some gusty winds and some hail. We'll talk about the severe stuff in just a moment. Thursday morning, some scattered showers and a couple thunderstorms. Thursday evening going into Thursday night, scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms, but there will be some dry time as well. And one period of that dry time right now looks to be as we go towards Friday morning with more of that shower and storm activity to the north before sweeping back in as another weather system ripples along of what we call a stationary front. That's why we're having these periods of showers and thunderstorms lasting through about 6 o'clock Saturday morning as we head towards Dad Day's weekend. And as we go towards Sunday, the precipitation chances will go down further from there. Now, the severe stuff tomorrow, Lone Rock to Madison along I-94, south to the Wisconsin-Illinois border. We have a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. What does that mean? An isolated chance for maybe some gusty winds, perhaps some hail. I'm not expecting widespread severe weather, but I am expecting widespread rainfall of an inch or more for much of southern Wisconsin with all these repeated bouts of showers and storms through Saturday morning. But a couple areas just to the south and to the east, Janesville over towards Milwaukee, and you folks really need that water. Still dealing with moderate drought to severe drought conditions just south of the Wisconsin-Illinois border. So while this is just a rainfall projection, Janesville and areas along the Wisconsin-Illinois border, you stand the chance of seeing showers and thunderstorms throughout this entire week. Thursday going on into Friday and then into Saturday morning. And even if some areas don't receive shower and storm chances as we head over this rainy period, we turn active again next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 80s by day, the 60s by night. I call that the muggies. It's going to be a bit uncomfortable, but that usually brings good rain chances.
All right, so you're busy. And I remember from the days in sports, you love to see our local teams do well, but you got a lot of softball teams to cover, Zach.
Yeah. 8 of them. How about that? 8 of them are going to Goodman Diamond. Coming up in sports, they're headed to the state softball tournament, but why for one team the trip to Goodman is historic? That's next on News 3 Now. Two years ago, the Oregon softball team won their first conference championship in 45 years. This season, they took it up a notch and are headed to the state tournament for the first time in program history. But the Panthers aren't satisfied on just playing at Goodman Diamond. For the first time in school history,
this is what we've been working towards, like, forever.
Oregon softball is headed to the state tournament.
It's becoming more real, and I think that's going to help us on Wednesday, making sure everybody knows, like, this is it. This is what we've worked for all season.
But it's not like this is a Cinderella season for this group.
I mean, we won 20 games in a row to start the season. So after that, we kind of, like, all looked at each other and we're like, we can do this. We can beat anybody. We can hang with anybody.
And even though this is a brand new experience,
and we know that we can win, and I don't think there's going to be any doubt going into Wednesday thinking, hey, is this team better than us? Can we really pull this off? We know that we can.
the Panthers are going to continue to do what they've done all year and stick to their game.
It's nothing we haven't done before, regardless of what level it's at. So just like kind of bringing everybody back down to earth. Like, you're still you, we're still us, like, and we're still playing the same game.
So they can stay focused on the next pitch.
Yeah, we're not done. We want to win there. Like, it's great to be at Goodman, but getting a win on that field would be great.
And not only make more history.
Like, every time I think about it, I just get like a wave of excitement, because it is something like we've always talked about, we've always thought about it, but it's never been like, you know, really there. And yeah, it being here, it's just like state, our senior year, like being together for all these years, and it's crazy, and it means everything to me.
But more memories with this team.
This is my last reps. I'm not playing in college. You know, to play one more game, I'm playing for one more inning with these girls, and that would be super duper special, just to get, you know, just one more game, one more win.
They play on Wednesday.
Well, always an exciting time of the year. Zach, thank you. Coming up tonight at 10, preventing fentanyl overdoses in Dane County. Maddie Heims looks at what a local committee is doing to test illegal substances, how doctors say it could save lives of those battling addiction. Alex, quick final check.
Wednesday evening dry, but as we get a little bit later into Wednesday evening and overnight, scattered thunderstorms and rainy Thursday, Friday, clear into Saturday morning, and then a dry Father's Day.
All right, entertainment tonight is next. Our next newscast, of course, tonight on News 3 Now at 10. You can always find us streaming 24/7 at Channel 3000+.